Woo! Alright, guys, a little pre-workout car talk. So, if I have something to say, the videos will have a pre-workout car talk. And if I don't, it will just be straight into the workout. And whatever I say during the workout is what I say. And whatever I address afterwards is that. But sometimes the format will change and there will be a pre-workout car talk today. So, no gym partner today. Brandon heard the words leg and they and went home and we laughed. So, just me and you today. But that is fine. We'll put on some music and we'll get a good lift in. I am on my way to the gym now, nice and early. Early is in earlier than when I will be lifting. To get cardio done. My hopes is that one, I can get a good little heart rate going, burns a good amount of calories, and warm up my knees. They have been creaking and popping all day. And I'm just hoping maybe getting them going, getting some blood flow in there, and then obviously the traditional startup for any quad focus leg day of doing quad extensions should seal the deal, and hopefully I can still get a good workout in. But we will see. I don't know. They've just been a bit iffy today, so I'm hoping that's more of a just need to get them kind of loosened up and get some blood flowing, but not so much an actual bad knee day where this workout is not going to go the way I want to. So that is the hope. So that's why I'm heading there now and not get closer to 6 o'clock in the afternoon. But that being said, your life update. Went back to FedEx today. My history with FedEx is I worked there for a little over 2 years as a driver. And as a driver, you're hired by a contractor who buys out routes from FedEx. And then you work for that contractor. 9 times out of 10, especially around here, it's salary. So I was making $100 a day. By the time I left, I was making $120 a day. But I was working 14, 15-hour days. You're expected to be there by 7 a.m. I'm getting back by midnight, sometimes later than that. It was just not great. If I had a decent day of 60 stops on my truck, the manager would make sure to add another city onto my truck instead of just letting me have my good day. So it didn't exactly like how things were managed for the management. I didn't like feeling like my time was not only just being completely stolen from me, but they were just fully taking advantage of the fact that they do salary and that they could just overwork you without having to pay you a penny more. So eventually I just hit my breaking point and I became a package handler, which are the people who go in nice and early in the morning before the drivers get there and load the trucks. So what I did is I went back today as a package handler. So my plan is to do that job because it's 4 o'clock in the morning to about 8 or 9 in the morning. Sometimes, depending on what time of year it is. Closer you get to the holidays, it might be 3 o'clock in the morning. But early in the morning to about 8 or 9 is when you get off. So I'll have a base level of money I'm making because I will have that job. Then I signed my contract with the gym yesterday to officially be allowed to train people in the gym as a free contractor. So I'm going to start training people at the gym I gym at, and then I will continue door dashing, Instacarting, Walmart, Spark driver, their delivery for Walmart. I'll continue doing that on the side, along with obviously promoting Harder Than Last Time supplements here on the channel and on the Instagram and TikTok. So things are looking up. But that's what's going on. Life update. Got a part-time job back at FedEx since they were hiring, and that will probably be where I'm at for the foreseeable future. The bright side of that being part-time is not only am I free pretty much all day to train people, like I don't have to say no to clients because they need, they gym at a certain time, and I'll be working. It should be pretty much available all day, unless someone's a psychopath who's like, I gym at 4 in the morning. I'm sorry, I cannot train you. But hopefully that goes well. I got a basic idea of what I want to do for this quad focus leg day, and hopefully that is how it goes. I'm thinking it'll obviously quad extensions, some single leg leg press on probably the pin loaded one, some hack squats, and then if my knees will allow for it, some heavy leg press. But we'll see what happens there, and then maybe circling back around to the extensions to finish off. We'll see what ultimately happens. That is up to scrutiny. It is up. It's liable to change. With any leg day, I think those are the ones that definitely have the most possibility that they will change from what I anticipate them being because of my knees. But we will see. But as of right now, that's the plan. Bit of a life update, channel update kind of ordeal, and just letting you know what's going on before we get to gym. So all that being said, I'm going to get to gym and do my cardio. If you want to see the proof of the cardio being done, as always, go follow the Instagram or the TikTok. The link is in the description. And you can see the proof of the cardio being done posted there. And as always, if you want to support the channel and you don't have the money for supplements, the best way to support the channel that doesn't cost you anything is to go follow the Instagram. So, see you guys at the gym. All right, it's time to get into this quad focus leg day. I will say though, quick tour. They have turned this all into the leg section. Every piece of leg equipment is over here now. So that's actually a pretty nice touch. Because now I don't have to hit these all over here, walk all the way over there, hit for hamstrings or something, walk to the complete opposite side of the gym for the good plate-loaded leg press or for the hack squat machine. So I will give props for props for due. It is nice to have everything all in one spot. So I just finished doing an hour of incline treadmill, and before that I did 30 minutes of stationary bike with a decent resistance, nothing too crazy. That was more to kind of just warm up my legs. So I'm going to start, as always, pretty light, see where the knees are, and go from there. But the cardio's done. Cardios are done. 10,000 steps is done. As always, go follow the Instagram or the TikTok. See the proof of the cardio being done there, posted on my story. Something does not feel right here. Yo, lighter. Okay. Something still feels off. I don't know. We're not worried about it. Oh, God. It'll be one of those days for the knees. All right. Come on. Days like today, you just gotta power through this first set, and then typically that second set, I can do it without assisting if my knees are feeling it. But we'll see. Really was hoping that cardio would be enough to warm them up, but this is, it's not even. The left one's fine. I could probably single leg this, but this right one is not one to get into gear. Come on. There we go. All right. Something's just feeling off though. I'm sorry, guys. I don't think I put the seat too far back. Maybe I did. So everything else is set to where it normally is in terms of all this. So I don't know. Let's see. Okay. Oh yeah, I guess I had the seat too far back. No, it feels too freaking close. All right. Oh, we'll keep warming up before we do any pressing. All right, let's move on to some single leg pin loaded leg press. Whew. Full transparency, I don't think I've ever done single leg on the leg press. I think I've always done it on the plate loaded, but there's the first time for everything. I'd be wrong, maybe I have done. I'm trying to remember if I have or not. Let's see. Start with the one that's giving me problems and see how it feels. No. Whew. To be completely frank with you, which is weird because my name's Jeremy, I could not tell you what the weight on this thing weighs. So it says here that using this side, the max you can lift is 750, and then you have two different weights written down on each side of the plates, and this one says 1020. Only issue with that is at some point or another, the stickers on the leg press got rubbed off, or maybe they were never put on. So someone went in with a paint Sharpie and tried to write what weight is what. The only issue is I think they just labeled it as this much weight in pounds and this much weight in kilograms. It was a guess, and then just went down both sides. So couldn't tell you. Oh, and it was, this one's heavier. The biomechanics of this movement makes it heavier. So the ever free plates on this leg press machine is heavier weight. Yeah, I don't know. I could not tell you. That's the beauty of this machine is at least I never know how heavy I'm going. It's just a guessing game. Oh, this machine does not make sense to my brain. Free plates should not be this heavy. Oh yeah, a few more of those. That was almost there. we'll see what the hack squats feel like. But that scared me. That walkout that happened there wasn't even that full walkout. And I felt like my knee was going to give out. So, play it safe. Maybe even go light. Maybe not do them at all. We'll see. Alright, I'm just going to test it with no weight first. See if my leg will even let me do it. Because that scared the freaking crap out of me. And I am not the kind of person to play around with injuring myself severely. Okay, this is where fun comes in. Oh, let's start with 25 aside. See what happens. I do not want to be on a gym fails video. Something I noticed it after me and Brendan played basketball, and I told him my knees had not felt this bad in a while, which is why I'm very thankful that I finally got my hands on some BPC 157, because it's a healing peptide that will help with the ligaments and tendons and everything in my knee. But I told him my knee felt very unstable. And today's the first time I've really felt that while working out. Last week we hit hamstrings and it was kind of there where I was like, ooh, I don't know about that. But this is the first time I was like, holy crap, I might get injured. Just good controlled reps. We'll be safe. Maybe. Oh, it's popping and feeling very warm. So, I think, unfortunately, we're going to call it there. Which, still, 4, 7, 8 working sets for quads. But I'm not risking pulling one of my tendons out the back of my freaking knee, or one of my ligaments on the back of my knee, to accomplish a quad pump. So I'll go home, relax, ice it. I'm going to continue to take my BPC 157 and let it heal, because my knees were about this bad the first time I ever took BPC 157, and they healed up pretty well. So maybe next week we can tackle a full leg day, but I don't think I can do anything else safely, so we're just gonna have to settle for a 25-minute quad pump with 8 working sets. And I think the real win will just be not injuring myself. So, but I think we're just gonna have to leave it there. Alright guys, I would say that is probably the first time ever I have had legitimately the fear of getting injured while working out. I've had a few close calls in the years since my knee issues emerged, where I thought I might severely injure myself, but nothing like tonight. I've watched, we've all seen the videos of people putting on too much weight or overextending their leg, walking out, whatever, and just completely demolishing their leg. Like, we're talking career-ending injuries. And so that's always been something in the back of my mind since I started having knee issues, was never letting myself get to the point of one of those. And so that, like, legitimately, that was like not faked. I'm not like pulling your leg. I'm not trying to get out of a quad workout. Legs is legitimately my favorite thing to train. And I know that sounds crazy, but it is. Like, I enjoy training legs, and the worst part of having a knee injury has been how much I've had to pull back. And that's why you see me constantly trying to push back into getting into some good leg training again, where it's like, oh, I want to get back into squatting. I want to get back into heavy leg press. Like, I want to get back into training legs. But like, legitimate, just right now, like, sitting here, there is a slight pain surging through the right side of my right knee. Not like bad. It's just uncomfortable. And it's just like kind of pulsing back and forth for the side of that knee with my heartbeat. But I was pushing on that single leg press just to get started. I wasn't pushing hard. Like, I was trying to gently get it started, because like that's as far as getting it going, so I could kind of readjust my body a little better and get into that first set. And legitimately, it's like that weight, like, my knee just like spasmed and like almost fully kind of jolted in a weird way. And I don't know how the freak I didn't completely just screwed up right then and there. But I guess it's put the fear of God in me enough, because I was dumb enough to try to just move on to the next exercise. But I guess I at least was smart enough to go, you know what, no, let's not get into some squatting after that. Because my mindset was, holy crap, that was close. Maybe today is not the day for some single leg action. So I was justified in my mind, like, okay, let's do some light hack squat. And then this knee will have the added benefit of the extra stabilization from the other way. But just the way it was creaking and popping did not feel good. And then there's like I said, it's like warm. Like, I legitimately kind of feel, it feels like someone put, not necessarily icy hot, because obviously that has a very specific feeling, but maybe the best way I could think to describe it was if my leg sleeves, my knee sleeves, are fresh out of the washer and dryer, and maybe just say kind of the right side, or more of the right side, not the whole knee, more like to the right, but most of my knee feels very warm. It's like the inside of that is still warm from like being fresh from the dryer, and it's just sitting on like that part of my knee. I don't really know how to convey the feeling properly, I guess, but it felt like that, just a very specific part of my knee was just randomly warm, as if someone was holding something warm against it. And so not great, not comforting in the slightest. So I think the smart thing to do is what I did, to just go ahead and say, you know what, we got a little bit of a quad pump, maybe a smidge of a tear going on somewhere in the knee, but nothing serious. I'm still walking. I was still able to do squats on the hack squat very well, which, let's take, the workout we were able to get and just leave. So, is it the leg workout I wanted? No. I wanted one more set of single leg. I wanted to go heavy on single leg, to be completely honest. I wanted 4 sets with 135 on the hack squat. and I wanted to hit some freaking heavy sled leg press. I was truly hoping that today was a legs just need to warm up kind of creaking and popping discomfort day, not a knee is actually not okay kind of day. But not great. I will say, when I was hitting the stationary bike, there was a little discomfort the first few minutes while pedaling, but I got past it, so that's when I was kind of like, okay, yep, we're getting warmed up. And then I moved to treadmill, and didn't bother me at all. Typically, if I'm having like a severely bad day for my knees, it will like lock every like 4 or 5 minutes. It will just like buckle, and I'll be like, nope, that's my telltale sign. My knee is just like, for whatever reason, very unstable today, and I'm not gonna risk it. But like, after that whole session, fine. And that's a big reason why I started doing my cardio before leg day. There have been days here and there where I've hit it after the fact, just because I didn't get in earlier in the day to hit cardio first and then hit legs. But 9 times out of 10, I try to get in before, whether it be right before, like an hour or two before. But I try to get in before so I can kind of see where my knees are for a day. And then I always start on the leg extension, because it's almost always a guarantee that my knees are going to be kind of just resistant to weight training at first. I kind of got to get them going. So that's why 9 times out of 10, you will see me use the extension twice. That I don't count those first 4 sets typically. I get a bit of a pump, definitely, when you're hitting that many reps, because I'm just going until I can't anymore, 9 times out of 10. So it's like, I'm getting a bit of a pump, but in reality, it's so much more about trying to get that knee going and to make sure that my knee is fine. And it's feeling so iffy those first 2 sets. By the third, I was feeling a little confident. By the fourth, I was like, yeah, I might be fine. But I guess the dead giveaway should have been that normally I start on 55, maybe I do the second set on 55, then I raise it to 70, then I raise it to 90 or 105. And the only one I will count as a working set is that 90 to 105, depending on how good my knee feels. But one of those 2 weights is typically my first roll set. I count the other 3 as like more warm-up sets. But that's why I tend to circle back around to the extensions, because typically by then, once I've hit multiple pressing movements and other things, and my knee mobility has been going for like an hour, and I've accomplished some pretty heavy lifts, all of a sudden my knee's like, man, 90 to 105 pounds on leg extension don't feel too bad. And I'm able to actually hit some heavy-ish, but at least decent weight leg extensions. So today was not the day, I guess. And sometimes you just don't know, right? In terms of cardio, my body was screaming, we're good. Like I said, typically, if I'm on treadmill, my knee will buckle like way too many times for comfort. And I will typically end the cardio, get off the treadmill. So when it didn't buckle at all, I was like, okay, the bike worked, we're warmed up, we're good. And then I felt like that knee had 0 stabilization throughout the workout. So I'm very glad I didn't hurt myself in any meaningful way that I know of. Like I said, I have my BPC 157. It's a healing peptide I've used in the past. I've used this exact brand in the past. So I know my body not only responds to it, and that's the real deal, but that my body responds pretty well to it. And that in the past it did help heal my knee from being in a very similar state. So hopefully by next leg day we can just do a full leg day, but after today I will not promise anything. Because I will say, last leg day was a bit iffy too, with hitting hamstrings, as I said. I mean, you guys can see the title. I've haha, leggy in the cramp. You know, like a funny pun on the Lady and the Tramp movie title. But in reality, all 4 sets of hamstring curls, the back right side of my right knee, the same part that's bothering me tonight, was like cramping up and it did not feel good. And I got through the workout by like lowering the weight and everything, and didn't think much of it other than it was probably just my hamstring. But now it's like, no, that's definitely more than likely. I don't remember which one's which. So I know your MCL's in the middle, and then your LCL and your ACL are on the inner and outer side of your knee. But I don't remember which one. I don't remember which one is outside, like shoulder side, like out, and which one's in, as in like in your thigh gap and next to your other knee. I don't remember. I just remember that your knee has 3 main ligaments: MCL, ACL, LCL. So I don't know off the top of my head which one is on this side, but it's either my LCL or my ACL. And I am not messing around with that. Anyone with any common sense knows you shouldn't be messing around with that. So the fact that it feels tweaked in any way, shape, or form tells me, you know what, I'm good. Leg training would just have to be skipped this go around. I will accept my 8 working set fate and move on with my life. So that being said, I do actually have a decent quad pump right now. It wasn't all for naught, I will say that. But I'm more than happy to just walk away with everything intact. So, if you guys liked the video, like it. If you made it this far and you aren't subscribed already, go and subscribe. You made it this far already anyways. And hey, if this is your first video and you're not subscribed and you've watched to this point, you watched me half, you know what, PG-13 channel. I try to be family friendly, but half a leg workout for 8 sets and then go home boo-hooing. So if you're still here and you're like, I kind of like this, go watch another video where I actually finish a workout and go enjoy it. Heck, go watch 2 leg days ago where I absolutely destroyed the daylights out of my legs, which probably didn't help with how they are feeling now. But if you want the best supplements on the market, you already know I'm going to say. Half of you just rolled your eyes. The other half said, yeah, they did. Harder Than Last Time Supplements, code JS15. Save 50% off your order. Links in the description. And as always, if you want to support the channel and you do not have the money, or you just don't want to buy Harder Than Last Time, you're like, I hate that Greg Dusek guy. I hate the guy who talks like a parrot. Fair enough. The best way to support the channel that doesn't cost you a penny is to go follow the Instagram. And the reason for that is because Harder Than Last Time Supplements does kind of base us athletes not only on our sales, but the content that we post to boost the brand and to promote the brand, and by follower count on Instagram. So even if I'm not making sales, if they see my follower counts going up and they see you guys like liking the stories or liking the post that have to do with the brand, that will always be encouraging them that they didn't make the wrong choice in picking me as an affiliate / athlete. And that's a way you can support me and the channel and the brand without spending a penny. So, as always, the most important part of anything I could say in any video, I love and appreciate you guys. There are 2 cops right there as I sit here and talk to myself with my light on. Please do not pull me over. I am doing nothing wrong. But as always, I love and appreciate you guys. You guys are the best. You 2 stay put. You enjoy the rest of your day. And I will see you tomorrow without a ticket, hopefully, for a back pump.